Hey, Fit Fam, good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. Um, as I described in my post, I just wanted to talk real quickly about the carbs and the yellow containers, real quick before I get into today's demonstration of the exercises. So, I've noticed in the first few days of this challenge, many of you saying that you didn't have any yellows. Obviously, yellows within the 21 Day Fix nutrition program represent carbohydrates, not all carbohydrates, but in the form of grains and sugars and things like that, as separate from fruits and veggies. And I know that that's carbohydrates too, but that's how we're thinking of the yellows in terms of this. So a lot of you have been commenting like, oh, I didn't have any yellows today, or I was short on my yellows today. And first of all, I want to give you a high five for your effort because I know that takes a lot of work. And second of all, that's on me for not doing a good enough job explaining to you in the first place. We are not looking to go into ketosis here. I am not at all a fan of ketosis, the keto diet. It's not good for you. That was developed for to keep essentially children out of going into epileptic seizures. Okay, really, that's why that exists. Weight loss is sort of a byproduct, but in the long run, it is not good for you. Okay, that is not what we're going for. Nobody needs that. So what we want to do really is just limit the amount of carbs and make sure the carbs that we're having are the good, healthy carbs. So we don't want the simple sugars and obviously, the candies and the things like that. But when we are using our yellow containers, we want good, like sweet potatoes and whole grains and, quinoas and wholesome, healthful carbohydrates, not, like simple white pastas or candies would fall into that, junk food, anything like that, chips or cookies or all that stuff. Yeah, that would be yellow. And you can once in a while have a little bit of a treat and use a yellow container for that. But that is not what the yellows are supposed to be. But here's the thing. We don't want to fall short or cut out the yellows completely. Okay? Yellows, carbohydrates are so important in our diet every day. Okay, carbohydrates are our primary source of energy. That's why we have carbohydrates. That's why we exist. That's why we need them. Okay, carbohydrates regulate our blood sugar. They help prevent our body from breaking down protein as a source of energy. We want to use the carbs as energy, not the protein. The protein is needed in our body for other things, like building up our muscle mass, repairing our muscles after a good workout. There's fat has its purposes, protein has its purposes, carbohydrates has its purposes. The only reason why we're focusing on making sure we have the right amount of carbohydrates in this challenge is because most of us have a tendency, when we start to get a little bit loose with our nutrition, most of us have a tendency to overdo the carbohydrates. And then we end up having way too many grains. And yes, what can happen is that you can gain weight. If you have too much of anything, you will gain weight. But most of us overdo it on the carbohydrates. So the focus here was to make sure that we are having the right amount of carbohydrates. Okay, so I hope that helps clarify. And for those of you that were not having any carbohydrates or, no yellows for the day, I applaud your effort and I apologize for not making it more clear up front. Okay, so hopefully this helps clarify. For those of you that have the 21-day fix, you understand that we have different color containers if you're doing the whole nutrition program, which if you haven't tried, I suggest you do. It is amazing. But you have a certain number of purple containers every day, and those are your fruits. And then you have your green containers, and that's your vegetables. And then your yellow containers are your carbohydrates in the form of, starches and things like that. And then your reds are your proteins. And so it's all broken down for you, and it tells you exactly how much of each you should be having. So in this challenge, I wanted to focus on the carbohydrates. I know not everybody wants to go full board into the 21-day fix nutrition program right now. Some of you are, and that's fantastic. But we're just focusing on getting our carbohydrate intake in control. So that is the goal of this challenge. I hope that clarifies it for you guys a little bit, and I hope that that helps ensure that none of us are having no carbs, because that's not what we want. That's not our goal. Okay? All right, so we're going to switch modes and we're going to go into today's ab challenge. Okay guys, so I have laid it out for you in the post what the exercises are, so I'm just gonna give you a quick demo real quick. I know I took a lot of your time talking about the carbs today. So starting off with 30 seconds of a hollow hold and then 30 seconds of a hollow rock. So when we say the hollow position, that basically means lay on your back, lifting your legs and your shoulders up off the ground. This is your hollow position, okay? You wanna have a little bit of a nice scoop in here, stay nice and tight. That's your hollow hold. Now when you do the rock, you're just going to go like this. You don't want to be swinging your legs up and down. You want to kind of keep them locked. Use your abs to rock you, okay? That's the hollow rock. If that's a little bit too challenging for you or you feel your back arching, just bend your legs. You can do the hollow hold here, and you can also do the hollow rock here, okay? All right, the next one is 30 seconds of scissors and 30 seconds of flutter kicks. So you're going to get into that hollow position again. Your scissors are going to be opening your legs and crossing them over each other. Okay? Open and close, crossing over. The flutter kicks is still in that hollow position, kicking up and down. Little kicks. Okay? Again, same idea, just bend your legs if you're having a little bit of trouble keeping good form on that. All right, then we're going to go into 60 seconds of bicycles. I know most of you know how to do bicycles. I just want to remind you of proper form here. So your fingertips are going to be behind your head, just supporting your head, not pulling on your neck. Okay? So in that hollow position, your legs can be a little bit higher. You're going to go opposite elbow to opposite knee. Okay? Keeping those shoulder blades up and off the ground. If it's a little hard to straighten all the way out, you can just do a little bit of a bend here. Okay? But don't be pulling on your neck. You want to keep your chin up toward the ceiling. Okay? That's it for the different exercises. Then you're going to go back into the hollow holds, the rocks, the scissors, and the flutter kicks. All right, guys? So have an amazing day. If you have any questions on the carbs or anything, tag me below. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.